Everything you see about him is an illusion. But what he loves most is controlling.
Just like stories, there's sit down interviews with childhood best friend, personal bodyguard for like 10 years, former employees, former artists that he worked with. It's everybody that was intimately involved with this guy, and everything that they said. I mean, he's a monster.
And I told him that this right here was important. Bad Boy celebrating 20 years of hits. And this is extended family. You've been there with me through my ups and downs. Whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I call. It's my strategist right here. This is my brother.
If I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
Just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested.
For 2 decades, Jay-Z has stood as hip-hop's ultimate figure, rising from the Marcy Projects to owning stakes in music, sports, and luxury brands. He doesn't just make hits. He defines what's hot, what's aspirational, and what success looks like. Now, 50 Cent's words in the Netflix documentary hit differently. If I don't speak up, they're going to see all of us the way they see Diddy. With Jay-Z's past legal troubles and his silence as peers face scrutiny, it's clear he knows how fast narratives can shift when law and public attention collide.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is...
You can hear the change in 50 Cent's tone whenever those parties are mentioned. He jokes at first, but when he speaks seriously, it's almost clinical. He says he avoided Diddy's so-called freakouts because his instincts told him something about those rooms felt off. It wasn't just rich people partying. Now, with the Netflix documentary revealing multi-day marathons, heavy drug use, and women being coerced and filmed, his caution makes sense. Looking back, staying away wasn't fear. It was one of the smartest decisions of his career, and it explains the relief in his voice.
You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Oh, fuck that. So, long as you win, I'm gonna win. As long as you win, we win it. I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in the
car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. This should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like,
50 Cent paints Diddy as a master of appearances, smiling, grateful, embodying black excellence on stage. But behind closed doors, he acted untouchable, convinced he was above everyone. The Netflix documentary and federal filings back this up. A man allegedly using money, drugs, and career promises to control people, keeping recordings as leverage if anyone spoke out. This is where Jay-Z re-enters the story. Their decades-long friendship shows them orbiting the same world, donations, co-headlining shows, private brunches joking about their billionaire secret society. 50 Cent's point is clear. He stayed cautious, but Jay-Z was in the photos, the VIP sections, the private jets. So when he stays silent as the documentary airs and feds seize Diddy's hard drives, it's more than caution. It raises questions about what someone that smart might fear being exposed.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be.
Jaguar doesn't paint Jay-Z as a passive bystander blindsided by the Netflix documentary. She framed him as a chess player. His silence isn't shock, it's strategy. According to her, his lawyers have him on a strict say-nothing script while he watches Diddy's empire wobble, positioning himself for whatever power or assets shift next. This mirrors the moves he's made before with Dame Dash, DMX, and others in legal or industry turmoil. He doesn't get caught in the drama, he steps around it. When Rockefeller split, he didn't fall, he rose, eventually running Def Jam and building Roc Nation. Jaguar shows his quiet as calculated preparation for the next big move.
Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that woman. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, wouldn't you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made.
Jaguar delves into the controversial territory everyone talks about. She suggests Jay-Z and Diddy operated like accomplices, a system where inconvenient women or situations allegedly disappeared. While none of this has been proven in court and some related civil suits have been dropped, the claims spread online fast, offering a stark explanation for why two of hip-hop's most powerful men have stayed close for decades. Even without taking the allegations as fact, The timing is striking. Hours of testimony detail Diddy allegedly coercing and silencing people, while Jaguar frames Jay-Z not as shocked, but as someone carefully staying out of harm's way. Critics point to figures like The Haven, who helped Jay early on only to be pushed aside once success arrived, a pattern of messy contributors being edged out to preserve a clean brand.
He tried to ruin this guy's career. He was a business partner of the notorious B.I.G. and was stabbed in the stomach and shoulder back in December 1999. The stabbing is alleged to have occurred after Jay-Z confronted Lance over reports that he had leaked his third studio album. And you guys know leaking music is a big deal. These artists spend months making these albums, and then once they're leaked, they lose a lot of the profit. Jay-Z was charged for the attack and turned himself into the police the following day, after initially pleading not guilty and denying any wrongdoing. In October 2001, he pleaded guilty to third-degree assault and was sentenced to 3 years probation. Here's a scan of Jay-Z's mugshot profile, and as you can see, that is Jay-Z in the mugshot, and he doesn't look happy.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night.
So this all went down at the Kit Kat Club, which is no longer around, but it was the hot spot in New York, and it became a crime scene.
Once inside, he had a confrontation with record producer Lance Rivera.
Jay-Z was involved, and he was even quoted in court saying, "I stabbed Lance Rivera." Jay-Z did end up turning himself in. He had a bail of $50,000, which he was able to pay, so he got out a few hours later. A press conference with his lawyers labeled Jay-Z as an innocent man. Quote, "To think that this guy, who is as gentle as can be, has anything to do with this is crazy," end quote. And I don't know what's going on with Lance, but he actually came out and stated that Jay-Z, in fact, did not stab him. Lance recalls that night and claims that he was surrounded by 10 knives, a bunch of guys with all these knives in the club. The reporter asked him, "Was Jay-Z the one who stabbed you?" He laughs before responding, "No, Jay-Z was not the guy that actually stabbed me that night." The executive clarifies that they did have a conversation right before getting hit in the head with a champagne bottle, so it probably was one of Jay-Z's.
It's a lesson in strategic silence. Jay-Z understands the power of timing, how courts, media, and public opinion can be turned into weapons. Speaking too soon or reacting emotionally could trap him, so he stays back, letting Diddy's saga unfold while gathering information. Every subpoena, every Netflix frame, every public move is data. He doesn't need to act yet. For Jay-Z, it's not about innocence or guilt. It's about control. In his world, shaping the story can be just as important as navigating the law.
Ever since Jay-Z got wrapped into this lawsuit against Diddy, he's been trying to distance himself, and his lawyer Alex went as far as to say that Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs, saying they knew each other professionally for a number of years. Just like in all professions, people know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to an NBA All-Star game, they support each other. So he's listing out these events that Jay-Z and Diddy have been spotted at together. Now, of course, there was a ton of reaction on social media because we've all known for years now, ever since they came into the game, Jay-Z and Diddy have been close. So if Jay-Z wants to sit here and send his lawyer off to the media to tell us that they aren't friends, I'm going to sit here and combat this and talk to you guys about how good of friends they really are. Now, we all know it seems like the music industry is going through its own Me Too era, with Diddy as the face of it. Now, this lawsuit, originally filed in October 2024, was amended on December 8th to include Jay-Z's name. The accusations center around an alleged incident at an after party following an awards show more than 2 decades ago. We all know that this involves a 13-year-old girl, and the details are disturbing, but Jay-Z claims he has nothing to do with it.
All due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that visual.
Now, to really break down their relationship, their friendship, we have to go all the way back into the 90s. Jay-Z and Diddy first met in the 90s because they were both rising stars in the New York music scene. Both were born into single mother households in rough neighborhoods. They used their shared experiences to forge a bond that extended beyond music, way beyond music. Their first major collaboration actually came in the wake of a tragedy, the death of Notorious B.I.G. The two joined forces on Jay-Z's album In My Lifetime. 2 years later, they teamed up again for Diddy's single, Do You Like It? Do You Want It? No, sir. I'm gonna give you no consent right now. No. In 2001, Jay-Z said, we were young, hungry, and dealing with a lot of pain. That kind of energy brought us together. Which right off the bat, that is a concerning friendship. Like, major red flags go up because you both are clearly like traumatized from something in your past and you're kind of egging each other on. Now, Diddy early on created his record label Bad Boy Records, and then a few years later, Jay-Z followed suit with Rockefeller. In 2012, Diddy was quoted saying, Jay has always been ahead of the curve. I respect his hustle from day one. Now, in the early 90s, Diddy was trouble, just as much trouble as...
The issue isn't just proximity, it's pattern. Jay-Z's connection to Diddy spans decades, not a single photo or cameo. Shared studios, award shows, and high-profile events create a timeline that investigators, journalists, and the public can now trace. That history matters because it sets the context for access, observation, and influence. Being close enough to understand how the room worked also invites scrutiny. Every choice, every decision not made can later raise questions about knowledge, accountability, and the moments when action or doubt was possible but avoided.
He was 33. Their romance often unfolded at high-profile events, which were typically hosted by Diddy. That same year, Jay-Z and Beyonce made their relationship public by appearing in Vanity Fair's November issue. Their first musical collaboration, Bonnie and Clyde, released in 2002 and became a cultural moment. In 2003, Beyonce branched out from Destiny's Child and collaborated with Diddy on the track Summertime. The collaboration heightened the close connection between the two artists, saying, quote, Beyonce and I have always vibed creatively, Diddy responded in an interview back in 2004. Years later, Beyonce continued to show support for Diddy, attending his lavish 50th birthday bash in 2019. She also made a heartfelt social media post in honor of Diddy. So when these two try to disconnect themselves from this man, I question, like, what's really going on here? Especially because we talked about like 5 men who came forward and they had separate suits, and a lot of them were between the years 2019 through 2022. So it's not like all of his bad acts were early in the 90s or the 2000s.
Thank you. I love you. I'm having a great night.
Now, in 2005, we saw these two men partner together for Hurricane Katrina. Also, comment below if you were in Hurricane Katrina. Like, comment below and share a little story. The two donated $1 million to the relief fund, a gesture that showed how close these two were, that they were discussing this like tragedy and then working together on how to donate and then to probably get a tax write-off from it. I mean, let's be real, people. Speaking to the AFP at the time, Diddy emphasized on the importance of unity, saying, when you hear black people say brothers and sisters, it's really true. These are all the people I know and I'm related to somehow, some way. The human race is family. And at this time, people were loving Jay-Z and Diddy because they were doing so many good things, at least on the surface level. I mean, really, Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lawyer, you're gonna act like these two aren't close friends? Look at them over here hanging out, donating a bunch of money. Now, just 2 years later, in August 2009, Jay-Z and Diddy performed together at Screamfest Music Festival. Sounds scary. Kind of reminds me of like Astro World, where a bunch of people died. Now, at this event, a resurfaced video shows Diddy playfully but aggressively spanking Jay-Z twice on stage, prompting backlash from fans and rivals alike. We've heard that Diddy has handfuls of male victims. So I don't know. I don't want to like assume his sexuality. I mean, at this point, who cares? But he's clearly bi or something. In 2009, a photo of Diddy and Jay-Z in a deep conversation at Diddy's birthday party became a centerpiece at the Rock and Roll of Hip Hop exhibition.
As their brands grew, Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship became a carefully managed public alliance. In 2005, they announced a joint $1 million donation to the Red Cross after Hurricane Katrina, framed as hip-hop leaders stepping up. In 2007, they co-headlined the Screamfest tour, joking on stage while backstage antics were dismissed as harmless bro energy, moments later highlighted by 50 Cent when Commons' lawsuit surfaced. Fast forward. While the Netflix documentary alleges mistreatment behind closed doors during private freak-offs, Jay and Beyoncé continued appearing at awards after-parties, Rock Nation events, and high-profile gatherings. Legally, he isn't implicated, but these images place him within the same inner circle that former staffers describe as central to Diddy's alleged misconduct.